Hello, this is Danny Raymond, the voice behind Ray's Guide. In just a few days, Star Citizen will have its annual Interstellar Aerospace Expo week-long ship sales event, plus a free fly event. Although CIG has a handful of free fly events each year, the one for the IAE is unique because players get to rent pretty much any ship in the game for free for a day, which on one hand is great for the variety of things a new player can get their hands on, but also kind of overwhelming, particularly since they will be hearing others talking about all sorts of definitely not new player topics. For example, a player might hear others talking about the best way to assemble a CCU chain to buy a Perseus and think that that is the point of Star Citizen, which it's not. So I'm going to try to assemble this video with beginner, intermediate, and advanced topics. Number 1, beginner, recognize that there are 2 games going on at once during the IAE. The first game is Star Citizen, a free-form universe of space adventures. The second game, mostly played during the ILW and IAE events, is a real money game to build the best fleet that you have for the least cost. It's a bit like the difference between playing baseball and being a baseball team general manager. You aren't playing baseball yourself, but you better understand quite a bit about how the game is played and what sort of a team you are trying to build. And the same goes for Star Citizen. You shouldn't be spending big money on building a fleet until you know the game well enough and also know what sort of a personal fleet you're trying to create. Is it an industrial fleet, a hauling fleet, a military fleet, a ground assault fleet? And then, what sort of role do you want to be playing in it? Do you want to be a Captain Adama or Starbuck? Do you want to be Kirk or Scotty? Because I can say from what we have been seeing in the technology preview, there is going to be, in a little while, a lot of Kirks looking for Scotty. Number 2, first-timer, use a referral code. It will be the easiest and fastest 50,000 UEC you will get in the game. If you don't know anybody else's referral code, you can use mine, star CPG6-5NPL. Number 3, for the first-timer, do the tutorial. This will be the second easiest 40,000 UEC you will get in the game. But for the IAE, you might want to take a little side trip once the tutorial takes you to the spaceport and make the shuttle trip to your first visit to the IAE show. But that presumes, number 4 for the first-timer, and only for first-timers, set Orison as your home city. Now, more experienced players will be hearing about them starting at Nix and Levski because it's a new place in the game. But for the new player, every place is a new place. And for the new player doing the free fly event, Nix is missing 2 things. The first is IAE is not there, and they will not be able to get all those nice free rentals without having to start by making a long journey from Levski to Orison. And second, something that I've seen few content creators mention, the tutorial is not available at Levski. And as I said, for the new player, the tutorial is the second easiest bunch of UEC that you will ever earn in the game. Number 5, beginner to intermediate, rent lots of ships but only fly the smaller ones you are considering owning relatively soon. Why? Because it's not a very good use of your time. But what should you do with those other big ships? Call them up in your hangar and familiarize yourself with them. Because even if you aren't going to be owning them, you will be flying them soon. Because, as I said, sometime soon there's going to be a lot of Kirks looking for their Scotty. And honestly, I still get lost making my way around in Idris. So what should you be mentally noting when familiarizing yourself with a ship? 1, how many entrances there are and where they are. Number 2, how many decks there are and the lifts and stairs to get between them. Number 3, where are the turrets, both the manned turrets and the remote turret seats. Number 4, where is the engineering display? Number 5, where are the components? Number 6, where are the fuse boxes? And number 7, where are the fire extinguishers? Those are the most important things, and you don't need to leave your hangar to learn them. Number 6 for everyone, use LTI tokens for buying mid-price ships, but have a plan. Whenever a new ship is sold for the first time, CIG offers lifetime insurance on it if you are buying it with new money and not store credit. Now, everything else sold in IAE has 10 years insurance, which is almost but not quite as good as LTI. Still, CIG has a habit of introducing a new cheap ship on the day or before or the first day that will have lifetime insurance if it's bought with new money. These ships or vehicles are described as LTI tokens by experienced players because they buy the LTI token ship, upgrade it to the ship that they actually want, and then they get lifetime insurance on that ship. This all sounds good, but it means that when you buy an LTI token, you're adding one more ship to your fleet. What is the hole in your fleet that new ship is going to fill? If you don't have an answer to that question, then buying the LTI token is premature. Number 7, for everyone, consider rebuying your ships that have less than 10-year insurance. Ships bought at other sales during the year have shorter insurances connected to them, perhaps as short as 6 months. So the IAE represents a chance to get stored credit refund on those ships and then use that credit to rebuy the same ship with the full 10-year insurance at this sale. But check the price that you'll get on the refund. If the ship has gone up in price since you bought it, you will get refunded your original price you bought it at, and will then have to buy it again at a new higher price. Number 8, intermediate to advanced, understand Warbond upgrades and upgrade chains. Often during sales events, CIG will offer the ability to upgrade to a particular ship for less money if it is new money and not store credit. This is called a Warbond upgrade. However, when upgrading that ship, it is from the full value and not the discounted value of the upgrade. So clever people, when buying an expensive ship like a Perseus or Polaris, will do it by starting with a cheap ship, maybe even LTI token, and then applying Warbond upgrade after Warbond upgrade piece by piece to it, each a little more expensive than the last and saving a few dollars each time. Then by the end, those little savings have added up. But that doesn't answer the question. Do you really want to buy that big expensive ship at all? Which brings us to my last 2 suggestions. Number 9, for everyone, leave room for aspirational ships. When making a fleet plan, I like to think of 3 categories of ships. Foundational ships are those that you are going to be building your game on for a long time. For example, in a cargo fleet, the Hull A may be your foundational ship for you because no matter how far you advance, there are still going to be a lot of times when 64 SCU of external cargo on a tiny ship will exactly fit your need. Stepping stone ships are ships that you will need for a short while on your way up. These you might want to consider renting. Then there are aspirational ships that you are going to buy in the game as a symbol of you've made it. Because what else are you going to do to spend all that UEC you are making on? So leave room in your plans for ships that you want, but that you want to have them be symbols of having made it in the game. Those you buy, of course, in-game. And finally, number 10, Marie Kondo your fleet. Are there ships that you no longer fly because their role is either something that you are no longer doing anymore, or that another ship that you own is doing it better? Does owning this ship still bring you joy? If not, go ahead and melt it and use the store credit for something that will bring you joy. Don't be judgmental that you made a bad decision. Some of my first ships were the Herald and the Base Freelance because that was all that was available. I no longer own those. The fact that it seemed good before is no reason to ignore that it isn't good anymore. Now for a word on our giveaway. With the IAE starting, this will be the last video that will qualify for the giveaway for the Freelancer Max. But every video after this will still qualify for next year's ILW giveaway and for next year's IAE week giveaway, as well as maybe a few others. 1 entry per video. Be a member for automatic entry or subscribe and comment with the secret word. And the secret word for this video will be what a lot of Kirks will be looking for in a little while. Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Danny Raymond with Ray's Guide.